Welcome to Night Owl Resin Art. So today what we're going to do is make a little Christmas cottage or house or gingerbread house, whatever you'd like to call it. This is an example of one that I've already made and decorated. And we're going to make another one of them today. So after we make them, I will show you how to put them together and then we can decorate. So unfortunately, the mold only comes with one piece, so I will have to do it twice. So I'll have to repeat the exact same thing twice in order to get the other 3 pieces made. So when you first make the mold, you need to make all 4 of these pieces. But then when you do the next step, you just need these 3. You don't need the bottom again. So I have 8 ounces of hay clear resin, 1-to-1 epoxy resin, mixed, stirred for 5 minutes, and then allowed to degas. I want to add just a little bit, like that one I added some alcohol ink to make the translucent color. This time I want to try something a little different. So I want to try just a little bit of crushed crystal and then a little bit of champagne glitter. Just a little of both to add a little bit of sparkle and something different. And you know, with crushed crystal, or maybe you don't know, a little goes a long way. You don't want to put too much of this stuff in because it will take over. So we can start with some and then we can always add more. You know the saying, you can't take it out, but you can always add more. So let me go ahead and stir that up so we can see what that's like and if we need any more of it. Okay, that's looking good. To me that looks good. I don't want much, I just want a little bit of sparkle to it. And then the same thing with this glitter. I've never used crushed crystal and this glitter together when I'm just trying to make like a, you know, a translucent anything, actually. Not just house, but anything. I don't want a lot of glitter. Like I said, I just want a little bit to add some sparkle and see how this will look together. You know, it's Christmas, so we need some little bit of sparkle and shine and bling in our life, right? Happiness. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Sorry, I know I can't sing. Okay, actually I think that looks beautiful, that sparkle. So just a little bit of both, crushed crystal, and then this is just champagne glitter from Michael's that I've had for a very long time. And then, okay, we're going to go ahead and pour. And I don't want to over pour because I don't want to have to do any cleanup if I don't have to. It's a little hard to see with the clear on the clear, the light reflecting. Hopefully it's going to be enough. Actually, it's perfect. Well, that never happens. I don't know about for you guys, but I never measure the exact right amount pretty much with anything. So that was pretty amazing, I must say, that it is the exact amount. And I did make it before, but I forgot to write it down. So I'm glad that we did it again so that I can write it down on the back of the mold. So the next time I make these, I will know exactly what they are. I'd like to make a few more. I try to make a Christmas village with my own Christmas stuff at home. And I also might try to make this in eco resin mixed to mold to see how they come out that way. If I do that, I definitely will make a video of that so we can just compare. Okay, so now all we have to do is go ahead and let that cure, and I will do it again, so we'll be back when it's times 2. I'll go ahead and just make the other part up. There's no need for you to watch me repeat the exact same thing again. And then when both parts are cured, fully cured and ready to go, we will be back to the next step, put it together and decorate. Okay everyone, welcome back to Night Owl Resin Art. So when I last saw you, I was going and starting to pour in the house mold that I had to this one that I used the clear resin and a little bit of the crushed crystal and a little bit of the champagne gold glitter. So I've gone ahead and I made all the pieces for that. And then, sorry, I started decorating. I thought the camera was already recording. It wasn't, so I apologize for that. So please bear with me. But I will show you what I've done so far and how I've done it. Okay. So basically, what I did was I've gone over all of the snowflake areas that are on here with just a oil paint pen. And I just went over them in the shape of the snowflake. Then what I did was I made a mix of diamond dust, crushed crystal, some of this like faux snow type product, some white sequins, and some iridescent white glitter. And I mixed it all together in a little cup. And I just created this white look that looks almost like a frosting or snow. That's what I'm going for, snow on the top of those. That's what I started to do. And on some of these, I started to go ahead and put the snow on the roof. Now, I did that before I placed the lights, which what I use for the lights are these. These are actually like sequence glitter. I got these from Michael's. I got them last year, but I think they still have them this year, if I remember when I saw them correctly, like a couple months ago that they had them. They just look like these. They look like little lights. And I was trying to figure out what exactly I could use them for, but this, like, decided, I thought this would be like a great thing to try to use them on. So, again, I went ahead and I've already tried to do that. Some of it is drying. Well, I did do that part on all of them before I realized that we weren't recording. But what I'm going to show you is how I'm going to go back over it. So that one I've already went back over. And what I'm going to do now is, now that these are all dried and glued and dried on. Sorry about that. I'm just going to take my glue. I just have Elmer's school glue. You can use any glue, clear, Elmer's, you know, any kind of glue you want, tacky glue you want. And I'm just going to go back over what I've gone over already on the edge of the roof. But this time I'm going to go a little bit further down where I want it to cover over some of those light bulbs. So it doesn't look like they're on top. I don't want the light bulbs to look like they're on top of the snow. I want them to look like they're peeking out from under the snow. So that's why they need to have another coat over the top. I also use that oil paint pen to go around the top of these edges of the house to make it look like snow before I added the lights. So again, with that same mixture that I told you I made, I'm going to place this just in here, down like that, and then I'm just going to go over it by shaking some of this right over the top. That's how I did the snowflakes. That's how I did all of it. And I'm going to take it out. It looks like snow, but it also looks like frosting. If you were to say maybe it was a gingerbread house. So however you choose to make this up, any way you choose to decorate it, I'm sure will look beautiful. So I'm just going to go ahead and go over these, pushing some of that up, and then just maneuvering it back exactly where I want it, what I want it to cover up. And sometimes you just need to go back over a few places that maybe didn't get completely covered in glue, or maybe I missed a spot, or when I was manipulating it I moved it around a little bit, then shake it all off, and then just put it to the side to let it dry. So I'm going to continue to do that on all of these. And even though I didn't already do a snow's edge on, this is the actual, these panels with the 6 snowflakes on the top. These are actually the roof panels. And so these will align the top of the roof, and then these are the side panels. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over the top of these all with glue and then glitter them just like I did with the other ones. And then after that, I will be back. I also created these. What I did with these is I used some other sequins that I had got at Michael's. They were just the holly berry sequins, and that's what these two leaves are right here. And I put them, I just took a little bit of glue, glued them both together, and then took a little resin red sequence that I had. I think I also got this at Michael's, but I could be wrong about that. But I just took a little bit of red sequins like this, and I made those the holly berries. And what I'm going to do with those is I'm going to place these on the windows. So on the panel, the ones with the two panels, I'll put the two, one on each one, and then on the singles, I'll put one on that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and when I get back, I will show you what I've done so far, and we will go from there. Hi, welcome back to Night Owl Resin Art. So I'm just back to put the house together, show you how it goes. These two pieces have these two pieces on the side and a piece here, two pieces on the side here, and they will actually, I'll show you on here how they go on, but to make it easier, I just glued these two pieces together. So I just went to the top edges of them, put them together, put a bottle underneath it till it got hard, and that's just to make it easier. As you can see, like I have another version of the same type of house right here. So, okay, now it's pretty simple. You just stick it right in the frame of the piece. So it comes right with the frame. You make the frame. That's the one part that you only make one of in the whole mold. So when you do the mold, like I showed you the first time, there's those 4 pieces, but you only really need to do all 4 of them once, and then you do the other 3 the next time so that you can have the whole house, but you don't need to do the base again. Okay, so there's the other side. Now we'll put on our sides. Just go and do the same thing, drop it right in. And on this one, it fit much more snugly, or snug, I should say, not snuggly. But I think that those pieces are bigger, and that a few of my pieces, because they were poured separately twice, that especially like that side, is a little smaller. But that's okay, and that's another reason why I did the roof like that, to make it easier. But what I was trying to say is, so if you can see here and here, and here and here, and then here and here, are the pieces that these on the bottom would go down on the bottom, and then the 2 on the side would go right on the side. So the house will just sit, the roof will just sit right on. Okay, I just wanted to bring you down so you can get a better look at the house. That's from one side. And that is the other side. That's how the 2 of them look together. That's how they look with the light off. That's how it looks with the light off. That's how that side looks with the light off. And that's how they both look together with the lights off. So hopefully you liked what we made today. And if you did, please like the video. Please subscribe. Please hit that notification bell so you can follow along when I post the next video. Thanks, Night Owls. Have a great night.